What's up, everyone? Stardog here. This evening we have an episode on rookie player stock. I want to discuss the Blake Bortles regression topic that's been talked about this week. And I want to give those who have been watching and subscribed the opportunity to dictate which box we bust. So first, let's get into the rookie player stock report. My personal hot dozen. Number 1, Dak Prescott. 2, Zeke Elliott. 3, Carson Wentz. 4, I got Jordan Howard, a workhorse back. 5, I have Michael Thomas for the Saints. 6 is Tyler Boyd, rookie receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. Watch out for Boyd. A.J. Green is sidelined with a hamstring injury. Expect to see more looks and hopefully more production as a result. At number 7, I have Devontae Booker, whose stock has been skyrocketed ever since C.J. Anderson was sidelined. Booker has his faults, though. He's has a tendency to fumble. And he's not the sort of bowling ball downhill back that the Broncos offense seems to utilize. I think they'll make the necessary changes to utilize him more, and I know and believe that the organization sees him as their future back anyhow. Number 8, I have Sterling Shepard, consistent all year with Eli Manning, nothing really to say there. At number 9, though, I have Jared Goff, a guy who's entered the list for the first time. Finally got to see him play this past week. He actually did better than what I thought he would, given all the bad, talk about him, how he hasn't been able to grasp the playbook or even do audibles. I think he did okay, and I think Jeff Fisher is only going to put him in plays and situations that will make him comfortable. At number 10, I have Tajay Sharp, Tennessee Titans rookie receiver. Titans have a lot of weapons. Matthews had over 100 yards this past week. Sharp did have a touchdown and over 70 yards. But they have Kendall Wright and they have Delaney Walker. Mariota spreads the ball out a good bit, so it's going to be tough for him to really grasp, I guess, the number 1 role, perhaps. But I think he's their number 1 receiver. Number 11, I have Jalen Ramsey, a guy who's also first time seeing the list. A beast of a safety. A guy I thought Dallas should have took over Zeke back when the draft occurred. Took me a while to get over that because I really believe that our defensive backfield was the reason why we kept losing and why we would still get beat. This year our offense has produced so well that it's kept the defense at bay. We've been putting up points. It's worked out for the best, and I'm truly happy we did take Zeke over Ramsey. The Ramsey is a beast. He's such a beast. I love Jalen Ramsey. I love him coming out of the combine, out of Florida State. He had all the measurables, all the tools, a long defensive back, can cover just about anybody, can play almost any type of zone. He will tackle. He's a great player. Definitely have him in your collection. And number 12, Carl Joseph, another rookie safety. And it's also his first time seeing my hot dozen as well. Joseph's a Roy Williams type safety. He hits. He's a hitter. He's not the greatest coverage defensive back, but as a safety and with the Raiders and the way they play defense, they don't mind that. They'll utilize his skills and they'll put him on the point of attack for sure. A sleeper of sorts, I think, is Austin Hooper, the rookie tight end for the Atlanta Falcons. Every week it seems that he gets more looks. Not necessarily more catches, but I think he had a touchdown or so in the last couple weeks. Has been playing well, but he's on the field. It seems like he's on the field quite a bit. Another sleeper is Shalik Calhoun, another Raider. Calhoun did pretty decent, no major big stats this past game against Houston. But he comes in for Bruce Irving and Khalil Mack. He's rotated quite a bit. And I think the more the season progresses, and he's bound to get his stats and his production for sure. C.J. Precise, the rookie running back for the Seattle Seahawks, also has started this past weekend. We pulled his rookie from our Classics box. Check that out if you haven't. It's an okay box, pretty decent, quirky. But he's been having a lot more production, a lot more of a role. His role has increased. The production's increased as a result. And I think the fans want Thomas Rawls. I know they want Rawls. They cheered for him as soon as he entered the game. They don't like seeing Precise really right now starting over someone who was the successor to Marshawn Lynch. But Precise has the talent, and he has the ability to really take it there, I think, as he matures. Braxton Miller's stock is going up. He got his first touchdown this past weekend. He's also returning punts, and they have him they're looking for ways to give him the ball. That's an important thing, a really important thing for guys like him and the Percy Harvin type players. utility sort of athletes who can go in and make a play at any given moment. Miller is one of those type of guys, and I think Houston will continue to give ways to give him the ball. Will Fuller's stock, though, another Houston Texan, has been going down and dropping dramatically. I'm actually pretty surprised by how far it's dropped. You know, he is a rookie, by the way. I know he's a deep threat, and I know people call him a one-trick pony. He can only run post routes and flies, and that's it. He does drop. He drops the ball. He does. But if he can work on that and fix his route running and get everything a little bit more tighter, I think you can be looking at a pretty good situation for an investment, perhaps. We'll have to see how the quarterback plays out, though. I don't know if Brock Osweiler is going to really be there in another 2 or 3 years. You know Fuller should be, but I don't know about Brock. I don't know. Wendell Smallwood, he's been staying steady, kind of declining. People have been waiting for him for that big game. They want another big game. He's had one pretty big game. We're waiting for that statement game, as they say. I think we'll be waiting for a little bit. He's got a couple people ahead of him. I think he has the tools and the talent to be that guy if they want him. But they have another scat back ahead of him in Darren Sproles, and it's just really tough for him to see some playing time. He gets it, but I don't know if he'll really hit the throttle until next year. Another guy that I'm really big on, and this will be the last rookie we discuss, is Leonard Floyd. I'm a big fan of Leonard Floyd, the linebacker for the Chicago Bears. Comes off the end, goes back, plays linebacker. He's been playing lights out the last few weeks. He's only going to get better. And look out, man, because he might end up being the Defensive Rookie of the Year as we dwindle down towards the second half of the season. Now, let's talk about this Blake Bortles regressing topic. Most of the week I've heard Blake Bortles is not a franchise quarterback. Blake Bortles is regressing tremendously, 13 picks already, not playing like he did last year. I understand that. I really do. I get that. You can't convince me he's not a franchise quarterback yet. There's no way. It's way too early to tell. He's 24 years old. This is only his third year in the league. People seem to forget that he owns a lot of franchise records for the Jacksonville Jaguars already, including most touchdown passes in a season, most touchdown passes in a game, most attempts and completions in a season. He also has the most consecutive games with a touchdown pass at 15 games. Now, I know all those stats, all those records from last year, I get that, I understand that. But, you put that guy with any other quarterback throughout the 90s or early 2000s or mid-2000s and compare the stat line, he comes out on top most of the time. It hasn't been until the last maybe 10 or so seasons the NFL is really gung-ho, gunslinging, passing all the time type league. Now, Bortles has the tools. 6'5" quarterback, over 230 pounds. Physically, it's perfect. He's got the arm. He's got the weapons. I think it's the young defense. I think it's the young defense and the Dante Fowlers, even the Ramseys maybe, even the Yannick Ngakoues, just solidifying themselves to help the offense out a little bit. But it's tough. It's really tough. Very competitive division. They're a very young team. I'm high on them. I think in the next 2 or 3 years they're going to be an AFC contending team. I really do. We'll see what happens, but along with Oakland and teams like that, they're just getting better and better. I know this year hasn't really been it for Blake. What we're looking at, 18 touchdowns, 13 picks already, only 26, I shouldn't say only, but 2,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, 13 picks. I get that. That's a disappointing stat line, especially from a guy who only threw 18 picks last year and 35 touchdowns. It's hard to diagnose. It's very hard to diagnose what's going on. But to call him, not a franchise quarterback, definitely not a franchise quarterback, I totally disagree with that. Completely disagree with that. That's insane. It's insane to me. I think you got to give the kid time. The Jaguars know he's a franchise quarterback. They've already publicly stated that, and they're going to stick behind him as they should. Just wait, guys. Just wait. Give this guy and this whole team a couple years, and we might be surprised for sure. Another stat line about Bortles, too, that you might not know. Blake Bortles, his rookie year in 2014, had the most, or second most, rushes for over 20 or more yards by a quarterback. Number 1 was Russell Wilson, but a rookie, Blake Bortles, had more 20 or more yard runs than any other quarterback in the NFL but Russell Wilson. That's got to show you something. That's got to tell you something. As a rookie, he produced. Even though his passing stats were awful, he still had some production. As a sophomore, he went nuts. Second in the NFL in touchdown passes, over 4,400 yards. Insane. This year, I know, maybe the production's regressed, but the player, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not one to really single out Jaguar games and watch them per se. They're definitely a team that I like to keep an eye on. They have a lot of talent, loads of talent, but it's tough. So any Jaguars fans or anything out there, if you got anything to say or to add, just let me know. Drop a line in the comments. Let me know what you think. And finally, guys, we got 3 boxes in. Okay, I got a 2013 Panini rookie in stars. I have a 2014 Bowman Chrome with the likes of Odell Beckham, Blake Bortles, Jadeveon Clowney, to name just a few. There were a lot of good rookies in that class. And then we got a 2015 Score hobby box as well. Any one of them I'm willing to open this weekend. I do have one in mind already, but I won't reveal that because I want to give you guys an opportunity to dictate it. If you have watched this video, thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing. And for Texas Ranger out there who's been throwing me comments, thank you. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your subscription. Hey, if there's a particular box here, let me know. I'll bust it just for you, buddy. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stardog out. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving, a great turkey day. Don't get too full now, though. And I'll see you guys Sunday. We'll bust one of these boxes, hopefully. It'll be awesome. Stardog out. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you Sunday.